In this video presentation I shall make a detailed discussion of a poem. The poem is entitled Sonnet number 18, and the poet is William Shakespeare. In the course of this video presentation you will be able to know the genre to which the poem belongs. You will also be able to know about the structure and rhyme pattern of the poem. Needless to say, you will have a complete grasp over the meaning of it. Now my dear students, I welcome you to my educational channel. The name of my educational channel is Priyankar Datta. Here you will find video presentation of English language of school level, college level as well as of competitive examinations. Let us move to the main focus of this video presentation. Before going to the text itself, let us keep in mind that the poem under review is a sonnet and it belongs to the category of English or Shakespearean sonnet. Accordingly, it is divided into 4 stanzas, with the first 3 stanzas having 4 lines each and the 4th stanza having 2 lines. The first 3 stanzas are called quatrains and the final stanza is called the concluding couplet. The rhyme pattern of the poem is above, CD, FF, GG. The opening stanza, that is the first quatrain of the sonnet, has a dramatic opening in the form of a rhetorical interrogation, the answer of which lies hidden within the question. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Since the interrogation is of affirmative nature, it implies a negative meaning. Here the pronoun thee refers to the poet's friend known as Mr. W.H., who with all possibility is Henry Wriothesley. A question arises as to why Shakespeare refers to a summer's day, and what the phrase a summer's day means. In England, summer is the season when the beauty and bounty of nature can be seen. It is because of this positive aspect that the poet refers to a summer's day as a point against which to compare his friend. By the phrase a summer's day, the poet refers to the season of summer. Thus it is case of part for the whole metonymy. Thus, through the very opening line, the poet places the friend above the most beautiful time in nature. In the next line the poet plainly states the reasons for his placing his friend above summer. Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Here the poet implies that his friend is more lovely, meaning beautiful, and more temperate, meaning balanced, than summer. Since the adjective lovely is qualitative rather than quantitative, one feels that the poet needs to throw further light on the issue so that the said argument becomes convincing. However, one must keep in mind that the beauty of a summer's day is nothing but a reference to the beauty of nature in summer. The issue of the balance of summer has to be explored too. However, there is grammatic error, is more lovely, as lovelier is the grammatically correct word. The ease is thus related to poetic license. In the next 2 lines, which are incidentally the last 2 lines of the first quatrain of the sonnet, the poet explains the absence of high temperance in summer. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Here the month of May stands for summer. The buds which appear in the trees at this time are called darling, meaning dear, because these buds are likely to turn into flowers and thus beautify nature in summer. Winds, which are rough, meaning violent, characterize summer. This kind of wind takes the buds apart from the trees. Thus, summer is said to be lacking in stability. Moreover, the lease, meaning span, of summer is very short, as the phrase all too short a date suggests. One accepts this viewpoint, as in a cold country like England the season of summer is replaced by autumn after a span of a few months. According to the poet, this very small span does not allow summer to have the temperance of the poet's friend. The verb hath is a part of Old English vocabulary and it means has. We know that the poet's friend is mutable like summer. Hence the question remains, how can the poet assert with certainty that his friend has greater balance than summer? In order to clear the doubt, one goes through the second quatrain of the poem under review. The second quatrain provides more instance to concretize the idea that summer lacks temperance or balance. Sometimes too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed. In the phrase, the eye of heaven, the sun is equated to the eye because the light of the sun makes the earth visible from heaven, meaning the sky. Imparting visibility is incidentally the function of the eye. Even in a cold country like England, the heat of the sun at times becomes too hot, meaning unbearable. Thus, there is ups and downs in the temperature of the sun. This event exhibits the lack of stability in summer. There is another example which reinforces the lack of stability in summer. The light which the sun radiates gives it the complexion, meaning color, which gold has. At this point of time the sun is fully visible. However, when the sky becomes enveloped by black clouds, the radiated light of the sun does not reach fully to the dwellers of the earth. Therefore the poet says that frequently the color of the sun looks dimmed, meaning faded. This changeability in the color of the sun is another example of the lack of stability in summer. The poet does not look upon this lack of stability as unnatural. And every fair from fair sometimes declines by chance, or our nature's changing course untrimmed. The first, fair, is a concrete noun and it refers to beautiful object, but the second, fair, is an abstract noun which means beauty. Here the poet acknowledges that the beauty of all beautiful objects declines, meaning comes to decay. There are two causes of this decay. One is chance, meaning accidental occurrences. The other cause is nature's changing course, that is the rule of flux. According to this rule, human life proceeds through four phases: birth, growth, decay, and death. One can say that the activities of rough winds and the change in the complexion of the sun are examples of chance events which contribute to the lack of balance or stability in summer. Both summer and the poet's friend are mutable. So, if summer suffers from lack of stability,